What is up? What is up? We are back. It's cold than a motherfucker outside. God damn. What is going on? What is going on? It's another day, another 10 cents for black folk, and another $350 for white folk. So stop acting like that ain't true. This is, I don't know, because I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I can tell you this, it's cold than a motherfucker outside. God damn, make me don't even want to drink my motherfucking drink. Man, what is going on? It's a lot of shit to talk about. But all we gonna talk about right now is black empowerment, handling your business, handling your scandal, as they would say, like a vandal, without sandals. Only if your name is Randall. But anyway, shout out to everybody that's at the corporate plantation. I know that shit is not fun. I know a nigga right now probably like, man, I'm ready to go the fuck home. So shout out to everybody that's been going on. It's been a tough week. Man. There is so much to discuss, but there are certain things that I still want to touch on from last podcast. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out to all my niggas that's at the corn plantation holding it down. Oh man, that shit is not easy, so shout out to you. Shout out to all the motherfuckers that ain't trying to finesse niggas out of their last couple of dollars, but just trying to go make their own. Shout out to everybody that's trying to generate some other streams of revenue. So shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that's got their own side hustle. Keep that side hustle going, man. Much power, respect to y'all. Hey, shout out to everybody that's working the goddamn system. I ain't never been around so many motherfuckers trying to work the system in my goddamn life. Ooh, I'm not feeling good. I got the COVIDs. Man, so I guess can't stand them motherfuckers, but it is what it is, nigga. Black folk don't really play that shit. But every other race, they will use and abuse that shit like a motherfucker. But anyway, shout out to my black folk that's staying strong, working hard, handling business. Much power and respect to y'all. Hey. Shout out to everybody that is watching and understanding what's going on, because the bait and switch is real. Motherfuckers thought, oh, the change is over. You know, we got a new change. We got a new president. As he is starting to elect all the same people that Donald Trump and Obama and everybody else had around them, like Dr. Fauci. So shout out to everybody that's aware of what's going on. We gonna get into it. We gonna really discuss it and talk about it. Hey, what's going on, Tasha? I see you. Shout out to them pies. Nigga, I'm out. I need to re-up. I'm running out. I need some more pies. I need some new ties, and I need some more pies. Shout out to everybody that's, like I said, got their own side hustle going on. But like I said, them pies is bomb as a motherfucker. I need some more of them motherfuckers. Shout out to everybody that's put me on to anything that's new and improved in my brain, books, anything like that. I gotta check my other email. Shout out to everybody that's question for knowledge. I gotta get my book and show y'all the book. I just finished the book, The World's Great Men of Color. I'm getting ready to start my next book. I gotta figure out what it is. I don't know if it's gonna be vote scam or if it's gonna be this other book that I got, but I might continue to read on my black history and knowledge. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's not trying to hustle each other, but trying to work together with each other. Like I said, Freedom Paper Company, go fuck with them. Go fuck with my IRA herbs. That's what you want to fuck with. Now we about to get into it. Hey. Let me cut this kind of shit. Hey, man, I tried to tell y'all niggas the old bait and switch. And motherfucker was like, oh, I'm going to be different from Donald Trump and all that. Well, why are you dealing with the same nigga that Donald Trump was dealing with, Dr. Fauci? Why are you dealing with him? Because it's the old bait and switch. These niggas never planned on changing anything. They gonna keep running the same shit. Why y'all niggas think that things gonna be different? Things ain't gonna be different. Things gonna be the same. I love how we argue over who's the best master. I think that's funny. You know, I think that's funny, you know. Okay, let's see. Let's see. You know, now the reason why I say that is because I think about a month ago, if I'm not mistaken, you know, Biden was like, "Oh, I'll pick Dr. Fauci," and Dr. Fauci basically was like, "Oh no, I'm not advising Biden. I'm not advising Joe Biden. I'm just gonna stay on the cabinet." Okay, well then why is he saying that he's gonna pick you? Then you go on CNN, and that's all they talk about. And then everybody thought things was gonna be different. And Joe Biden's like, well, I'm gonna pick Dr. Fauci, and not just that. I want everybody to wear a mask. This mask shit ain't going nowhere, and that's fine. But I wanted, especially our black folk thought that he was gonna be the savior. But if he's picking Dr. Fauci, who was in Contagion, acting, this is all theater. Politics is theater. And we don't understand what the fuck is going on. Look at how they trying to tell niggas we want black folks to get it first because black folks are more disproportionate and can't get to healthcare and adequate healthcare as it is. So we want them to get the COVID-19 vaccination. We want them to get it first. When have they ever wanted to help black folks first? Y'all better go get the book Medical Apartheid. And not just that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Biden is picking Rahm Emanuel to be in his cabinet. Now, Rahm Emanuel was the same nigga that hid the video of Laquan McDonald getting assassinated. And then that other Caucasian police officer basically said that cop that shot him was not in fear for his life, and I wasn't in fear for his life. I don't know why he shot him, basically. But this is the same motherfucker that he's picking. The bait and switch. Oh, I'm not going to advise him. And then all of a sudden, here come Bill Gates popping up out of nowhere. Yet again, I'm going to say, why the fuck are we asking Bill Gates about a virus when he can't even get viruses off of Windows 10? He can't even control the viruses on Windows 10, but you want to tell us about a virus that can kill niggas? Stop. Why are we even going to him? This nigga, build a hard drive, nigga. Why? That's like me saying, man, I'm going to the doctor. Man, I need a specialty. What does he do? Oh, man, he fixes brakes. Nigga, I'm not going to no nigga that fixes brakes and I need a doctor. So why are we going to Bill Gates about information and health when you build hard drives? That's the old bait and switch. And you see California, they shutting it down. Stay at home, nigga. Stay your ass at home. They about to shut it down. And in Las Vegas, get ready. Because if they shut it down in California, they're shutting it down here. They're shutting the shit down. I know, I've heard a motherfucker saying, what can we do to get the vaccination? Because I really want to take it. I said, you can stay the fuck away from me. That's what the fuck you can do. But this is what makes me laugh, because I think a lot of times we are so impressed with the theater, we'll go along with the shit. Why, Warren? Why would we go along with it? We'll go along with it because that's what makes us feel good. See, we pick politicians off of how we feel. We don't pick them off of, okay, what are they doing? Doing 2 and 4. Y'all heard Obama on the Breakfast Club, niggas splaining and shit, talking about, black people, the poverty went down a lot. No, it didn't. Niggas was still in debt. Niggas still couldn't pay their mortgages. You saved the banks. You didn't save niggas. You saved the banks. Your Jewish white friends. Just like the Holocaust. That happened in Europe. But somehow, some way, the United States of America Incorporated is paying Israel. Now, how does that work? Y'all tell me. How does that work? But when a nigga start talking about reparation for black folk, motherfuckers get selective memory and amnesia and get to looking around and I don't know what you talking about, get to deflecting. And that's the one thing that I've noticed about the dominant white society. Boy, they will deflect and never take accountability for shit. And then you start reading the history. That's why when a person says, oh man, we don't want to talk about the past, we don't talk, nah nigga, fuck all that. The difference is I'm not living in the past, but I'm definitely gonna study the history so I can know where the fuck I'm going. And they don't want niggas to study their history. They want niggas to act like the shit didn't happen. They want niggas to think that all niggas ever was on this earth and ever will be is slaves. They're not responsible for civilization. They're not responsible for math, science, all the masonry, all the things that you see people doing today. We're not responsible for it. Then why is it the pyramids in Egypt? And stop trying to Arabanize Egypt like it's always been that way. Stop. Arab means wanderer, nomad. That's what it really means. Arab's not a race. It's some shit that white folks created. Just like Hispanic, it's not a race. It's not a race. They just created that shit. And then the Spanish people. No, they're not Spanish people because they're not from Spain. Stop. Like, nigga, if you're not from Africa, stop saying African American. Stop that shit. You better say native black. You better say that. You better say aboriginal people. You better stop saying African American. You claim you're not from Africa. Yeah, we got roots from Africa. We got lineages from Africa. Of course we do. But we've been here longer than everybody is allowing you to think that we've been here. You better go read They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. If you don't read that book, They Came Before Columbus, then you ain't even gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. You ain't gonna know what a lot of people talking about. That's why, think about it. White folk have been in control so long, they'll do the bait and switch right in front of you. Joe Biden's like, oh, I want him as my advisor. And then Dr. Fauci's like, oh no, because Dr. Fauci's thinking that Trump is gonna win and the whole shit. So he's like, oh no, I'm distancing myself. I'm just gonna continue to do my role. I'm not gonna advise him. But now all of a sudden, it's on again. But this is shit that people don't understand and look at, because I think a lot of us, we like theater. That's why when I hear black folk be like, yeah, man, I'll keep my flu shot. I be looking at them like, nigga, what? Like, I don't fuck with none of that shit. Why? Cause, man, that shit is not good for you. In my personal opinion, this is my personal opinion. This is my this is my own psyche evaluation. This is my own philosophical and religious beliefs. That's why a lot of places are trying to make it mandatory, and that's fine. But me, I'm telling you, it's look, Agenda 21 population control, that shit is on its way. You better go read about this shit. I was reading this book. I forgot his last name, Stoddard. I think it was William Stoddard, not William Stoddard. The Rising Tide Against Color. And it basically was talking about, you know, how black people are segregated and how they viewed Asian people and white people, and, you know, how they didn't want, you know, miscegenation. And the book was a very good book. It broke down a lot of shit about black folk. It didn't give too much credit. It was just written by a racist white motherfucker, and it was his partake on how he viewed races and shit. It's a very good book. I don't remember everything in the book, but it was a very good book. It talked about Anglo-Saxons and Chinamen and black folk, and, you know, basically black folk are, in layman's terms, like black folk never was responsible for civilization and all that. It's just his take on it. Then you go read the Negro Project, you know, about Margaret Sanger. That was a cold bitch. And how she got a whole bunch of black folk to do a whole bunch of cooning and sandbone to get other black people along, to go along to get along. Y'all gotta look out for that, man. Because let me tell you, it's about to come right now. It's really gonna happen. Motherfuckers like, no, it's not gonna. Yes, it is. It's gonna happen. Why is it gonna happen? Because it's so easy for them to get a nigga to do their dirty work. Look at it. Cube says, hey man, we want something for our vote. D.L. Hughley comes out and chastises him. Or so he think he does. And gets to talking as if, nigga, you got, like Cube said, like as if you got a degree in communication. And I get it, it's your own personal opinion, but it's like, we so quick to tear each other down, but not question the operative, the opposite people. Why are we not oppositional towards them? We're so oppositional towards each other. That's the way we've been programmed. And since it's almost like this. When you're funny to white people, you better look out, because that ain't a good thing. Because why are you so funny to white folk? Because a lot of times when you become so funny to white folk, you're not funny to black folk anymore, because you're unrelatable. And they'll put you in that protective class where, hey, we're going to give you money, we're giving you all that. You're different from them. It's just like being on a corporate plantation. When they open the door for you and, you know, you can be a part of management and all, you know, and they start dangling them little carrots and the little money, and now you start thinking about the Escalades and Range Rovers and shit you can do for your, and I get it. I don't hate on black folk that don't go for those opportunities at the corporate plantation. I just say open the door for the next set of niggas that's coming through. Don't close the door behind you and be fearful of niggas. Get on niggas' asses, but don't be fearful. I'm not fearful of niggas. Like, I want niggas at the corporate plantation. Hey, if you don't know how to generate another stream of revenue, then I want you to work your job and feed your family. Nigga, I know how it is. I just don't like it when niggas get on the corporate plantation and get the bucking their eyes and samboing and doing the most shiesty shit of them all, but they making sure they keeping you in your place. I've been around niggas like that, man. It's very toxic. It's very draining on your soul. It's draining on your mentality. It is, man. It is, and it'll make you look at your own people and hate your own people, because you're like, why do y'all act like that? As every other racial group gets their popcorn and they just watch, because they know, look at these niggas. These niggas ain't gonna be able to keep it under control, because they gonna get to fight and argue. And we gotta know how to conduct ourselves, just like the last podcast that I had. Now, you wanna go twerk at the black restaurant, then you get to the white restaurant, you on your P's and Q's. And then why is it when white restaurants kick us out and white businesses kick us out, then we want to draw this attention and boycott and all this other stuff and brag about how much money we spent in the restaurant? Like the black couple out of Atlanta. How the dude was like, no, this is racist, and she's got tennis shoes on, and what's the difference between her and you? Made this big deal. No, you should have just went on your Instagram and went on your Facebook and your YouTube and be like, look, don't fuck with this restaurant. They racist as hell. I'm calling out to all. But my thing is, the black businesses in Atlanta should be overflowing with business. You should be recycling your dollars with black folk. If you can. If you can't, I understand. And you know what? I need to do better. That's why I want to go to Sweeties out here in Vegas. I keep forgetting, but that's going to be on my agenda. And go fuck with them. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you right now. All right. It's our duty, even if you don't eat the food, you can buy the food, give it to somebody else. You know what I mean? That's why that's why I was having this discussion with one of my sisters. I was like, hey man, you gotta support black businesses, man. It doesn't matter. They might not even be a black business yet. But you might sow the seed of progress. You might sow the seed of futuristic thinking in that person that might be like, well, damn, if he fucking with it, then maybe I got some. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's not about like, oh, I would do this. Black folk gotta stop praising the bait and switches that the dominant white society do on us. And then when black folk are trying to honestly do things, we criticize them. And I always want to tell a nigga what he should be doing. Instead of just saying, hey man, I fuck with that shit. Sometimes a nigga just want to hear that. Hey man, I fuck with it. I think you should do it. And if they come to you, well, what do you think you should do? Then you give your little, well, maybe you should do it this way or try it this different way. But don't be so critical. Like, man, I would do that, man. And that's that seed of doubt, that hateful spirit. Man, I wouldn't leave your job. Nah, man. What you should be telling the person is, hey man, if you can, do both. Do both until you can get to where you're comfortable. And then leave on good terms. So if you don't make, you can always go back. That's good advice. No, man, I would, man, that's a good job, man. You know, the economy, man, that's a good job. Man, stop that shit. That's a limiting belief system. And I had that. Now my eyes on the prize. I'm just gonna keep pushing until I make it happen. And what we need to do is stop going for the okie doke with them and then looking at our black brother and sister like that's why I gave it an example of when I patronize my raw herbs. Yeah, they had a little hiccup, but if you read all the information on there, how you contact them, everything you read, he breaks down 7 to 28 business days. He breaks down the procedures what you do after. He breaks down, don't be emailing me no week and you ain't get your shit. And I followed everything and they made it right. And even after they made it right, that don't mean you still try to get free shit. But then when it comes to white folk, you want to pay. Because you want to go brag to all your friends how much you paid. It's almost like this. I've never seen so many niggas proud about voting for Joe Biden, right? And then try to look down on you because you don't vote. And I'll just be looking at them like, if you only knew what vote means. That's why I don't know if I'm going to read vote scam. I don't know what I'm going to read. I know vote scam is going to be interesting. But I'll tell you this right now. We got to wake up and learn the bait and switch. Not nobody else. Yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can get some of...
Do you plan to get...
I'm going to see if I'm going to get some of Joe Biden's why he wants to pick Dr. Fauci. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. No, let's see. Here we go.
It is a huge step in the fight against this pandemic.
Coronavirus vaccines will soon be available. What does this mean for you?
I don't want no motherfucking... I want no motherfucking... Motherfucker always playing a commercial. This ain't MSNBC. Just get to what the fuck y'all about to talk about, and that's it.
To get vaccinated before Inauguration Day, and will you do it in public the way that Presidents Obama, Bush, and Clinton have suggested they're willing to?
I'd be happy to do that. When Dr. Fauci says we have a vaccine that is safe.
But I thought you wouldn't deal with Dr. Fauci like that. And even if you were, who is this Fauci and why do we keep talking about him? Why is there not a team of doctors?
That's the moment in which I will stand before the public and see that, look, part of what has to happen, Jake, and you know as well as I do, people have lost faith in the ability of the vaccine to work. Already the numbers are really staggeringly low. And it matters what a president and a vice president do. And so I think that my...
Sounds like you're babbling already.
3 predecessors have set the model as to what should be done, saying once it's declared to be safe, and then I think Barack said once Fauci says it's clear, that's my measure. Then
Barack is not in office. Why are we talking about Barack Obama?
And obviously we take it, and it's important to communicate to the American people, it's safe. It's safe to do this.
Speaking of Fauci, Have you spoken with him yet? If so, have you asked him to stay on?
Yeah, get to it. Yeah, let's see.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. Tell me about the conversation.
Well,
As he said,
But I thought it was a new administration. You wasn't going to be dealing with all this other shit. But you did say that a month ago. Oh, I want him to stay on. Bait and switch. Motherfuckers. Look, let me tell you something. It's about to be Dr. Fauci, who is Bill Gates' right-hand man, by the way, y'all. He's Bill Gates' right-hand man, Dr. Fauci. So by default, Bill Gates is going to have his hands all involved. Now, how is it a man that builds computers got his hands all involved with the will of the people and what's safe for the people? You tell me how that works. When in Africa, they got lawsuits against Bill and Melinda Gates because of their vaccines done fucked up so many of their children. But why is it we're going to these two people? Why are we going to Fauci and Bill Gates? And I just kept saying, why do we keep asking him what we should do with vaccinations?
what more needs to be done from his point of view?
Well, look, my chief of staff has worked with him in the last crisis. He's been talking
And what was the last crisis?
to him all the time, Ron Klain. I talked to him today. We spoke today at 3 o'clock. My COVID team met with him. I asked him to stay on in the exact same role he's had for the past several presidents. And I asked him to be a chief medical advisor for me as well and be part of the COVID team. And so what has to be done is we have to make it clear to the American people that the vaccine is safe when it occurs.
How many times you gonna say that? Look, if a person keeps saying, hey, it's safe, trust me, it's safe, trust me, it's safe. Motherfucker keep saying that, you should be like, but why do you keep telling me it's safe, but you're not telling me why it's safe? Tell me why it's safe. What is in this vaccination that's safe? That's one. And two, why are they trying to give it to black folk before everybody else? Three, if you get the vaccination, why do you still have to wear a mask? That's three. And if you have the vaccination, you shouldn't have it anymore. So you shouldn't be worried about it. So therefore, we don't need masks. Therefore, now it's mask free. Now we should be able to go back to normal if this vaccination is safe, right?
When that is determined. And number two, you have to make sure, as he points out, you don't have to close down the economy like a lot of folks are talking about now. If, in fact, you have clear guidance and you're able to say to businesses, okay, for example, bars and restaurants are going to close, but we're going to provide you the wherewithal to not lose your business like we were.
Oh, so look, y'all need to listen to this. Bait and switch. Oh, I don't know why it's safe, because I don't know why, the American people think we got to close the economy. No, we don't have to close it. What we'll do is, listen to what he said. What we'll do is we'll just provide restaurants and bars with the means that they cannot go out of business when they're closed. But you just said they don't have to close. And they go, what?
That like the House had passed, and we're going to be able to reopen. We're going to be able to reopen.
So let me say just one thing, and I hope y'all listen to me real good. Now, how the fuck did they find $300 trillion or whatever the fuck money they found to give everybody a stimulus, but you can't find money for reparations? Now, how does that work? And then motherfucker like, oh, well, that's most important. Not really. We had the Spanish flu. We had all, look, let me tell you something. In the early 1900s, the 1800s, the bubonic plague and all that, nigga, the Moors were good. Our immune systems was great. That's why the Baroque period, the Dark Ages in Europe, nigga, that was it, the bubonic plague or one of those plagues, it was wiping their asses out because they couldn't fuck with it. But the Moors came through with their vaccinations and basically made Europeans, Caucasians from the Caucasus Mountains, clean up and not just lay around in your shit and piss like animals. That's why they was dying off and getting sick, because they was nasty. And we came through like, y'all stinky ass white people need to clean up. You're disgusting. If not, go get the books and read them. Go read the books and you'll see what we're responsible for. But I don't understand where they could find money for this shit and have a team and all this other shit. But then when it comes to reparations, oh, we're going to do a study for reparations. See, that's the whole bait switch. Oh, no, we're going to have a new team, but we want Dr. Fauci on, but why don't y'all go with something different? If you have to keep telling the American people it's safe, then why don't you make Dr. Fauci and Bill Gates exit stage left and bring in a whole new group of faces that's not linked to them no how, no way at all? Then people maybe will be like, okay, maybe this is something different, but you got the same people. You got the same. Now, if Dr. Fauci has been the medical whatever for several presidents, and this virus has gotten out of control, then maybe Dr. Fauci ain't doing his motherfucking job because this ain't contagion, clown.
In time, and not to close down for long periods of time. We talked about masking. It is important that we, in fact, the president and the vice president, we set the pattern by wearing masks. But beyond that, where the federal government has authority, I'm going to issue a standing order that in federal buildings you have to be masked, and in transportation, interstate
He must got a teleprompter.
transportation, you must be masked in airplanes and buses, et cetera. And so it's a matter of, and I think my inclination, Jake, is on the first day I'm inaugurated to say I'm going to ask the public for 100 days to mask. Just 100 days to mask. Not forever, 100 days. And I think we'll see a significant reduction if we occur that, if that occurs with...
Oh, nigga. Yeah, he might have Alzheimer's. Something's not right. Because think about it. Now, you're speaking matter-of-factly. Well, if everybody wears a mask for 100 days, well, everybody's been wearing a mask for how many days? It's been over 100 days. We've been wearing a mask since March. So, let's just say April. We've been wearing a mask since April. Let's just say May. Let's just say May. If we go from May to now, that's 100 days. And ain't shit changed. The numbers are rising. But black folks, stop believing everything you see and everything you hear on TV. They can manipulate and show and do whatever the fuck they want. And that's why this motherfucker was babbling. And the whole fucking time, he not making no sense or nothing, man. I ain't playing the rest of that shit. This nigga don't even know what the fuck he talking about. He probably don't even know where he at. The motherfucker talking about, oh, man, you know, it will see a significant drop. See, that's the bait and switch. Because they be, look, I'll just tell you like this. If voting was voting, if it really meant something, it wouldn't really be voting. Why, Warren? Because why would they let the general populace, the commoner, put who they wanted? Because who they wanted isn't what's best for the country anyway, because we're going to go by who we like. And then the powers that be want who they feel is best. See, you're fighting with the powers that be. That's why the Electoral College, you don't know who they are. They keep those people hidden. That's why it's all this bullshit. This is all theater. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about that presidency. They just making him do that to make it seem like, look at how bad he really was. Man, stop. It's bait and switch. It's a bunch of bullshit. Don't ever think it's something different, because it's never going to change the way y'all think. Look, go on your corporate plantation and you can do all that. Yeah, man, we gonna complain and woo, woo, woo. Watch how many motherfuckers, once you really get down to the nitty-gritty, motherfuckers gonna go about their way and keep doing what the fuck they need to do to provide for their family. They'll hype you up and send you out there to the slaughter, and then them niggas gonna keep their job. So don't ever be fooled by a motherfucker's talk, because that's cheap. And you can't take that nowhere. Talk has no credit. Actions, you gonna get a 750 and up. But talk, no credit at all. That's a negative impact on your credit FICO score, because a motherfucker could get you riled up, but what are they doing? What are their works? What are they trying to do? That's why don't let motherfuckers try to vote shame me and just shame me, period. Like, I can't believe people didn't vote and all that other stuff, and I'm glad and all those people, and I'm just looking at them like, now watch when the same shit go on for the next 4 years, you nigga gonna be like, oh, well, he had to clean up with Trump. Then stop. These people are all one and the same. It's just black people are mad because black people were smiling with Donald Trump and making records about Donald Trump, and then Donald Trump started saying how he really felt about niggas. Now niggas are embarrassed because now they got to answer to the people that done bought their albums and these lines talking about Donald Trump. That's all that is, all political theater. And I'll tell you this right now. The reason why this shit is all fucked up in the United States of America Incorporated, because white folks made it that way. They wrote these laws. They know what the fuck they did. And they're not going to take accountability at all. So if you think white people going to ever go on TV and say, yeah, we messed up with slavery, they don't give a fuck about that. This man don't even want to admit he fucked up on the crime bill. So why the fuck would they admit anything else? Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Man, I'm handling business and doing what I need to do. Y'all should do the same. You got the same 24 hours in a day that everybody else does. If you have an idea about generating revenue and income, do that shit. Because I'm telling you right now, man, don't spend all your time at the corporate plantation being creative for them. And then when you get off that shit, you can't even be creative for yourself. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening. and subscribing. Hey, man, shout out to everybody that's handling business. Like I keep saying, you on the court plantation. More power and respect to you. If you at the court plantation and you sandbowing, cooning, and buck dancing, guilty, nigga. I'm out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah. Oh, and before I go, yeah, get on the pies. I'm baking sweet potatoes as I watch. Okay, good. Hold on. Before I get out of here, I hate to do this on the motherfucking podcast, but sorry, y'all. Sorry, Wendy and Shawnee and all them. I need some pies. So let me know when them motherfuckers is ready. Because I got my cash. All right, then, man. I'm out. Peace.